Three, two, one. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 305 of the KBMOD podcast. It's December 17th, and gentlemen, I believe the prisoners have taken over the asylum. It looks like we've got no Brandon, we've got no APL, we've got entirely new bloods on the cast, and initially I thought we're doomed. It's gonna be doomed from the start, brain wreck. But I think we can pull it together. I think we can make an entertaining cast. And I
Nope.
hope if you're no, nope.
Nope.
We got
It's already downhill.
both sides of optimism there. Yang, how are you feeling about this?
I think it's going to be great. I'm really glad that we had the opportunity to host a podcast ourselves and carry on, even though that the mainstay cast is taking a break at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
God, he's so positive all the time. I think it's going to crash.
That's what I try to
I
be.
think we're all going to get a very strong memo from Brandon.
Yeah. Disastrous. But no, it's got myself, Yin and Yang, and Hardballer here. And this is going to be our last podcast of 2017. No, not ever, no. Sadly, we have to keep this shit going. No, but we're going to be off the next 2 weeks after this, and we're going to return gloriously 2018. Because week after week, it's going to be Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, so it's really kind of unfortunate timing. But, so yeah, we're going to go on a little bit of a hiatus, but how's everybody been doing? As we are almost 1 week. We are a week and a day from Christmas.
From Santa.
From Santa. Him showing up, him coming through.
And every other holiday.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Well.
We are so close to Kwanzaa. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't think Kwanzaa's on the same day.
27th,
June.
it starts. I mean, sorry.
I really miss Kwanzaa if it's in
December
June.
27th, and it goes to the January 1st.
Okay, I see. Well,
If I remember correctly. I could remember correctly. It's been a while since I celebrated.
We've got ample time to prepare for Kwanzaa. No worries.
Is it Hanukkah yet?
Hanukkah? I don't know. I've not practiced Hanukkah. Although I do watch Curvy
You need to
Enthusiasm.
practice to celebrate it? Like,
No, I mean, no, it's not present in my thoughts about what takes place.
oh, okay.
So yeah, everyone's doing good? Getting ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready for it to be over. All this joy to go away.
Just want to get it out of the way. Okay.
Yeah. I want everyone to go back to being sad and depressed.
All this happiness is just so shitty.
Yeah.
Can't deal with
It's always pissing me off.
it. All right, well, let's get right into it. What have we been... Oh, almost forgot. What have we been eating this past week?
Oh.
Anything noteworthy?
Okay.
Noteworthy meals?
I had something tonight that I haven't had in a very long time. Me and the fam got together and we made homemade tacos.
Ooh.
Hard and soft shell tacos.
Oh, okay.
It was amazing.
So what goes on an ideal taco? Because I feel like this could be pretty polarizing.
Ideal taco is obviously ground meat, right? Real ground meat, grass fed,
yeah.
grass fed. A little bit of taco seasoning, not too much to overpower the meat, right?
Right.
Some like what is it? What is that green shit that you put on like salad dressing? What's that called?
I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Is it green shit that you put on
Yeah,
salad dressing? Are you talking
comes in a
about
ball.
lettuce?
Lettuce, that's it. Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought you... Oh, okay. I was thinking, like, is he talking about, like, guacamole?
No.
Or...
To be
No,
fair,
lettuce.
That's not a bad way to look at a salad. I mean, really, you are eating it
The
for
green
dressing,
stuff,
and the
yeah.
salad, like the lettuce is just sort of like an
So I
add-on
put,
to
I
it.
put like a little bit of lettuce, some tomatoes.
What's that white liquid that you put in cereal? Oh, I don't know.
That is such a backwards way to arrive at lettuce, but yes, okay.
And then a little bit of like cheese, like shredded cheese.
Okay.
And then I put preferably sriracha sauce on it,
Ooh,
like a nice line of sriracha. Down
that's
the
a
middle.
banger of a sauce. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it is. It's like that sweet, but that spicy.
Ooh,
That's
spice.
spicy, dog. That's spicy. And you put a little line down the middle. You have to make sure the line is perpendicular to each side of the bread, though, because if not, you're gonna get too much spice on the one side.
Yeah, you don't want that shit.
So you got to get your protractor out.
Oh my god, you pulled a protractor out too. Yeah, like
then you roll it.
measuring tape.
You table roll it, and then you table and you lick the both sides, and you roll it together.
Okay.
Eat that bitch.
There you go. How to eat salad from Hardballer himself. Write it down.
That's not salad. That's how you eat taco, my dude.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Where have you been? Were you even listening?
I'm still thinking about salad. You're talking about the green stuff in salad. It was just
Katie's just really
threw me off a little
back
bit
by how you need to be reminded about what lettuce is.
Yeah. No, but we're all friends here in KB. I don't know. We're not even being aggressive. I just felt like saying.
I don't know why you're apologizing. I'm not offended.
That sounds like you were forced to go to like a seminar to take your aggression.
Oh, but we're all friends. Don't worry.
You're taking a step back. We're all friends here.
You're a KB mod.
It's like laughing therapy.
Right. Yeah.
It's like my dog just died.
Oh my God.
KB Mod's a great podcast. Kill me.
We're definitely getting that strong-worded memo.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Oh.
Brandon's already started to write the email.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit before. For our listeners in the future, we always tweet the cast before we go live. This tweet had a gif of a dancing cat, which was Hardballer's idea that I didn't object to at all. And just the final project, it just looked so wonderful. We're just imagining Brandon, because Brandon right now, there's the possible way. No, Brandon's at the Twitch party right now, and APL is seeing a show with Tab and her family. But we just imagine
he's at the what? He's at the ballet, because Scott likes the ballet.
That's right? A Ying question.
Ying, he's at the ballet, right?
No, he's at the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, the ballet.
It's all the same. The hardball.
Yeah, it's all the same.
The classy shit.
Trans-Siberian, so they're obviously in suburbia somewhere. In suburbs.
Oh my God.
And an orca. I don't know what the like a sub of a whale has to do with that, but it's like it's a pretty good show. I've been to it.
All right.
The orca.
Katie, what have you been eating?
I've been eating, the regular stuff. Tonight I had some not sure if there's a proper name for it, but it was just potatoes, chicken, and bacon, bunch of stuff put together. It was quite spicy. I had to put.
I'd love to see you just go.
It's not a casserole.
What can I combine here that has no name?
I
started grabbing shit and putting in like your hands.
Hey, I didn't prepare it. It was just handed to me. It was just.
All I pictured was like a potato, and then like
solid potato,
and then 2 pieces of bacon, and that's it. That's what you need.
That's it.
That was
what
it.
The fuck kind of meal is that? How do you eat that? Potato. It's not even cooked. Oh my God!
You just bite out.
I can't even be mad. That just
thought of biting into a raw potato.
Oh,
that's how we do it in the old country there.
Yeah, we don't have forks in Connor Prairie.
Even like poorly mashed potatoes, where you're trying to eat mashed potatoes and you hit like this hard chunk of potato, and you get that sickening crunch.
Oh,
not about that.
I don't want to think about that at all.
So now just imagine Katie. Do you think he takes like a potato and puts it on either side of the chicken and tries to make like a sandwich?
Oh my God, the raw potato on the prepared chicken, making a sandwich out of that. Oh my God. But no, this just makes me sad because I've done a terrible job of explaining what I've eaten. Give you the thought, because I can really only be mad at myself now that you would think of a raw potato. But yeah. Yeah, that's all we've been eating. Let's get into what we've been playing. Gonna throw it to Hardballer.
Did you ask Yingity?
Oh yeah, sorry, Yingity.
You skipped over someone who's here.
I apologize.
Oh, you just why?
You come here all the time.
So positive. You don't say that's okay. You say, "Yo, dude, why you skipping me?" And you make and then you make
no. We're all friends here at KBMOD, dude. We can't argue.
We're moving on.
I feel like he has this on like the back of a card that he has to read every time there's like a fight around him. Oh, we're all friends here. We're all friends.
Let's check it real quick.
Yeah, he mutes his mic, takes 3 deep breaths, takes a piece of gum.
Right, exactly. I have I'm wearing a patch for my anger.
I'll go first for what we've been playing.
Okay.
Actually, nothing new.
You command this cast. You steal that shit. And you've got nothing.
No, so here's how about this?
Make something up.
I've been playing City Skylines again, and I've been playing it on stream. I actually just came off of a stream that went very, very well. I stream all year round for Extra Life, and just this past stream, we officially raised just over $3,000 for Extra Life as we come towards the end of the year.
Nice.
Which is pretty incredible because my original goal was $1,000 for the entire year. And tripling that through the course of the year is pretty amazing. So,
Oh yeah.
City Skylines has
Awesome.
certainly been a highlight just for that because it's the game I've been streaming for the past couple of months. But other than that, just still more Destiny 2. I downloaded at the recommendation of Brandon a few weeks ago. I downloaded the free trial of Diablo 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have not given it a chance yet. I will be soon though, but it's queued up, ready to go. So I'll have that set for the new year when we talk about what we've been playing.
Ying.
Well,
This
that
is
free
what we've been
trial I think
playing.
is not going to give you Reaper of Souls.
That's okay. I just kind of want to see like what I just need to experience the game in any form at the moment just to understand, but see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I've been doing.
Okay.
Wow. You took surprisingly less shit than me when I revealed that I bought D3 on PS4. Didn't hear the end of it.
And I did do it on console.
Yeah.
I downloaded the free trial on PC, which is a remarkably different experience.
Right. Definitely.
You actually bought it. You failed.
Yeah.
You have failed.
I spent money, but on the
lose.
wrong.
You get nothing.
Go home.
Go home. Don't come back.
Leave.
Literally, forget our address.
Anything else you've been hitting up this week, Ying? At all?
Nope, that's all for me.
Okay, cool. Hardballer.
So a game that we everyone knows I love and enjoy. Star Citizen went to PTU. That's its open to certain invites to people of its 3.0 pre-alpha testing. Basically, it's where they're introducing more of the jobs like cargo runs, planetary landing without loading screens and shit like that.
Okay.
It's been going well, but I've taken a little bit of a break from it because you only can play a game that's running at 20 FPS for so long.
Right. Get a little tired of it.
Yeah. So then I went over to another early access game because I don't play any game that's released because that's where's the fun in that? I love it when I've been playing the PUBG test server.
Okay.
Their game, obviously of their game, not of any other game.
Their game, not to be confused with their other game.
Yeah. It's really good. Like they completely turned the game around. I don't know if you guys have tried it yet, but they added the new map, new weapons and vaulting and new vehicles. And it's running like I get like 144 frames. Like I get what my
in PUBG.
Like, yeah,
what the fuck?
Incredible.
The only problem I found with PUBG right now is the test server is you get a 50-50 chance for the maps. So you can either play the old map or the new map. So every time you get like, I don't care. I just want to play like a stable PUBG game. You know what I mean? But everyone else is wanting to play the new map. So when you get the old map, everyone leaves the game. So we saw it in like,
oh my god.
So like, yeah, it's a bit annoying.
That sounds like a crippling oversight that you can't pick the new map. You have to fight for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't really mind it because my whole thing is I like the old map. It's no matter how much I've played it, I really enjoy the old map, especially now that I can actually enjoy it at a stable frame rate and play it really. And I've been playing another game, but I really can't talk about it. So
yeah, we talked a little bit about it.
No,
can't really. Yeah. But yeah, so pretty sizable performance upgrade in the test server. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good. And I say if I think the game is set to release, I think PUBG comes out Wednesday, right? And for full release.
Yeah.
I think it releases the 20th. So if you want to play what it's going to be like, I would say get ahead of the curve right now and play on the test server. Learn the new map. Learn the best spots. Water treatment plant. If you guys want to get a little tip, it's a really good spot for loot, especially with a squad. That's what I've been playing.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll go quick. Nothing too crazy. Ooh, that is a Steam page. Way of the. Let me see. My recent played. I know I tried Warframe out again. Now that that has gotten plenty of upgrades or updates. I mean, and it's been interesting. I haven't really deep dived into it, but they made me play through the new tutorial level since I went, and they give you like the new weapons to try out, like the bow and stuff. And then once you finish that mission, you go back to your ship as your old guy, so you don't get to keep any of that equipment you get from that mission, which is kind of disappointing because I
You,
really
you
wanted
probably
that.
got to keep the patterns though. They probably gave you blueprints so you can craft it.
Oh, okay.
You might wanna
Okay.
check that.
Well, yeah, I'll probably look into it a bit more, but all I know is that I want the bow and arrow. Yeah.
I've actually played it, and have you? I don't know if it's still around, but you can claim a free primal character from Twitch, Twitch Prime.
Okay, okay. I
And the
think I might
primals
have
are
seen
like
that.
really, really good ones.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll probably
So
look
the
that up
characters
for sure to hop on that.
Mm.
But
Really
yeah.
good game, that game. I love the movement.
Oh yeah, the movement is crazy in that game. Really fun. Other than that, I've been continuing Hellblade: Son of Sacrifice. The game's just been awesome. Dark Souls 3 PvP, and more battle, right? And some part of me just keeps going back to League of Legends, even though I know every single time I play that fucking game, I get filled with stress and I want to commit. But it is baffling to me how I keep coming back to that game. Like, it's insane. Every single time I play it, like, oh, I'm gonna queue for top in draft, and they've got the guy who queued for Phil, threatening defeat if I don't give him top, even though he got support because he clicked Phil saying he'd play anything, and now he's holding me ransom in my bringing out a side of me I don't want. But yeah, playing more League.
Well, let's quickly
Read your card. Read your card.
But
Yeah,
we're all
read
friends here in
your
KBMOD. Yeah, I'm
No,
sure as hell not gonna say we're all friends here in League of Legends. Fuck those people.
Really quickly, I want you to go back and talk about what your thoughts are on Hellblade because I've been interested in that game,
Okay.
but I haven't done much research.
Well, well, I'm not too far. I'm only about 3 hours in, and it's sort of an action adventure game. It's more a walking simulator punctuated with combat and puzzles. But the combat is it almost feels like it was thrown in there, but it has just enough depth to keep it interesting. And then the puzzles in the game are, from what I've experienced, the occasional you need to find this symbol hidden in the environment, which honestly, for me, it just feels like padding to try and make the game a bit longer.
Right, yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not bad by any means, but I just wish, do I really have to search for this X somewhere in the, the
I don't
world?
like when they do that creepy stuff with the faces. When they make the face too realistic looking.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk about creepy, Hellblade is one of the most uncomfortable games I've ever played because
Really?
of they really strongly recommend you to play it with headphones on because the main draw to the game is that the main character has psychosis, and they worked with a lot of people who were like leading people in that field to know what it's like to have psychosis. And so from the very start of the game, you've got 6 or 7 voices whispering in your ears, and when you're wearing headphones, it really sounds like someone is right next to you, and like it kind of is almost like playing the game with Twitch chat. And so you'll go somewhere and the voice will be like, what is she doing? Why is she going there? She's not gonna make it. She's gonna die. She'll die for sure. And it's all like her inner thoughts just being like in the forefront, So
That sounds really scary. I didn't know that was a part of the game.
yeah, it's
very interesting though.
It's very interesting. I'm not gonna spoil it at all, but it's been very, and it's incredible to me that this woman won. I mean, she definitely deserves the award for best performance in the game from what I played so far, and it's her first acting role. It's insane.
I know,
And,
she mentioned that when she went up and claimed the award.
Right. Yeah,
Pretty.
I agree. Yeah, that's not about the game, but I agree. No, but I was gonna say, yeah, IGN. I saw they have like game awards going on, and they have a category for most innovative game, and I definitely want to give it to Hellblade because I haven't really played a game that messes with the audio as much as that game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it certainly adds a unique element to the game because so much of the games nowadays are focused on how do we make graphics look more realistic and how do we improve performance. But it's kind of an interesting take to actually really focus on the audio aspect of things. And given that so many people put like good investments into their headphones, like you got to figure there's like a larger potential market for that. And it's interesting to see that there's a game that has at least been recognized for that kind of audio design.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like there have been like audio things like that before that just made me a little uncomfortable. But Hellblade legit had me like wincing, like having to pause the game because I just please shut up, people. Please stop that.
Dude, I thought they like CGI'd her eyes a bit. This chick who did the acting, her eyes are freaking huge.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
They're insane.
And I'm not sure if it's more exaggerated in the game or if it's because like the makeup she has on in the game, but yeah, she has huge eyes. But phenomenal game from what I played so far. But And the thing about graphics, real quick, when you brought that up, it doesn't have the best graphics, but it has like really stellar art design.
Right.
And just there's so much detail put in everywhere, and it's a really realized world. The way the story is told is really interesting. Also, a lot of it is you have to kind of think about it for yourself and kind of piece together. Why is she doing this? Why is she here? And it's not very in your face, but
Okay. Well,
yeah.
definitely gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. And other than that, the only other thing I've been playing is I've been chipping away at the newest Fire Emblem on the 3DS whenever I get the chance, and that's still just been an incredible game. Like that's still my pick for. I mean, it's my pick for best 3DS game, even though there only been like 3 new 3DS games this year. But I mean, against the new Metroid, I would probably. I'm just really enjoying the Fire Emblem. But
cool.
But yeah, pretty good week. But now to get into some news, which we've got some bad news, which a lot of people fortunately saw was coming. And this news I don't really see is as incredibly bad, although it could be incredibly bad. And mainly, you've already heard about it. We're probably not going to spend a huge time on this, but the FCC has voted 3-2 to kill net neutrality, which is a law put in place to prevent people from or companies from putting special websites to have you pay more for. I'm probably criminally like exaggerating or not explaining it properly, but
okay, well,
they fucked it. No,
yeah,
they fucked the internet.
The easiest
We're
way
dead.
to describe it is that net neutrality essentially requires that all data being transferred across the net have to be treated equally. So regardless of where it's coming from or who it's going to, it has to receive equal service from internet service providers. So it can't be slowed down, it can't be sped up. All of them have to receive equal treatment, thus neutral.
And now I'm gonna put that in terms that we all can understand is they fucked us. They fucked us.
Pretty much.
You
yeah.
want to download Skyrim 3 times in a day? Nope. Nope.
And they just killed it.
Download all your games right now onto an SSD, hard drive, whatever. Download them because you're never going to be able to download them again. Keep them all installed.
Right. Unless you like 2 megs a second download speeds, then yeah.
Unless you want to pay out of your asshole for more speeds.
Right. Now, from what I understand, I mean, Ying, I know you're a Canadian, so I mean, but you definitely sound like you know more about this than I do. But what I understand, it's the FCC has voted to kill it, but Congress has still not voted. And the last few times,
it has to go through the court system first.
Right. And hasn't the last 2 times this happened, Congress has always said no to repealing it. That's what
Republican Congress, though. That's the difference now.
I see. All right, well, there you go. It's kind of up in the air right now. It's a worrying thought for sure.
Yeah, there's sort of two mainstays regarding where this could end up going, and it's either A, Congress stops it, and then there's also individual states have the ability to put up legislation that will essentially, it won't be net neutrality, but it will emulate the same principles. So there's 2 possible ways for something like net neutrality to exist, regardless of what happens. So either Congress preserves it or individual states emulate it.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But if you're feeling bad about it and you're worried about what you're going to be able to do on the internet, Ajit Pai, he made a video for everyone to...
We don't need to give this any more publicity than
it
already has.
Okay.
If you're going to watch this video, get the strongest ad block you possibly can find on the internet.
Strongest ad block.
Watch it incognito mode, in a dungeon with no cell signal, and just download it
on a virtual machine.
You may want to purchase a VPN to do this.
Yeah.
Go to a pawn shop, get like a $50 2001 laptop.
Do not give that man anymore.
Yeah.
And don't tweet it out. Don't do nothing. Don't even.
Yeah, definitely not. Don't give him the attention.
He's got such a stupid fucking face.
He has one of the most punchable faces I've ever seen. I hate how he
talks. So you talk like, dude, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fall in a well and don't come out.
Wow. But we're all friends here at KBMOD. We don't want anyone to fall in a well. Dude,
if he fell in a well, I would cut the bucket. That would be his only lifeline back up.
Wow.
Well, I can't say I share the sentiment, but I think a lot of other people do. So I don't think you're alone in that.
I think people are on the fence feeling that way until they see the image of him with the 3D glasses and the fidget spinner and the Nerf gun. and then they want to cut that well right off.
I want to know where the Nerf gun comes from. Where does the Nerf gun come from?
That's not topical.
No, I don't know.
He did a Harlem Shake in the video. It is 2017.
That's not even from like any time recently.
We have an excellent opportunity here. Hardballer, if you could take the next couple of minutes to describe the video that we're talking about from beginning to end for the people who maybe don't want to actually go and see this video themselves.
So he comes on screen with his stupid face and a stupid lisp voice and goes, "What can you do without net neutrality?" And he turns and watches Game of Thrones on a green screen like he's not even watching. Dude's not even caught up in the fucking books because he's an idiot. Can't read probably. And then he talks about how he we can still play with fidget spinners and buy fidget spin. Like what does the fidget spinner have to do with anything of the internet? Like honestly, please someone tell me. I don't video myself with fidget spinners. I don't even own a fidget spinner. Like what are you trying to produce? And then the glasses? The glasses happened recently. It wasn't a meme. It wasn't a meme to buy the glasses. You need the glasses so you can look at the fucking eclipse. You dumb dickhead. Please. And then the Nerf gun. Did he just find that laying around the office for bring your son to work day? Like, grow up. God.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Excellent.
That was savage.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for.
Thank you. I'm really glad you incited that out. That was.
And it's true though. The reason I also wanted that too was not only did I want that explained in hardballer fashion, I have not seen the video, and now I feel like I have. And now I feel like I have without actually giving that video the time of day. And hopefully, everyone listening to the podcast can share that experience with me.
Yeah, they're like he starts it off saying you can still gram your food. And it's
and then he just looks like a fucking plate of cheese. That's not even Instagram worthy. Like a plate of Cheetos? You wouldn't even get 3 likes. Fuck off.
Right.
You've never grammed food.
I feel like the whole tone of that video, and also the tone of everyone who voted on that, is that everyone watching this is so fucking stupid and has no idea what they're voting on. We are going to make fun of them. Like, you can still Instagram your food. Like, no one out there is... Like, no one watching the video is, like, thinking that their Instagram account is in jeopardy. Like,
no one cares. No, what we care about is being able to get the thing that we want, the internet speed that we pay for, without paying too much for something that's not worth it.
Exactly.
You know, I just don't understand this, mentality of, oh, the net neutrality was bad, but it's not bad. It's putting regulations on something that could be bad. Like, I don't get why they're so against it. Maybe I just don't have enough. Maybe I'm just too obsessed with fidget spinners and Nerf guns to understand.
Stupid millennial.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
Man.
Maybe I want to Instagram my food because it's 2017 and we need to Instagram food once in a while. Mr. Pie.
Mr.
Instagram
Pie.
You and your pie. Not even a good kind of pie. I bet she's fucking like pecan or some bullshit.
Damn, dude. Let him know.
That may be the most controversial thing you said yet. I bet you there's people out there who really like pecan pie.
Yeah, that's But yeah, it's up in the air right now about the future net neutrality. We'll see once it hits Congress what will happen. But yeah, this is where we currently stand. Hopefully Ajit Pai will not show his face on the internet again, although that is kind of debatable considering he's the head of the FCC. He has the power to make his face appear on anyone's monitor at any given time. He could take over the podcast right now if he wanted to.
Dude, I hope his next one is like the FCC, because the FCC handles bleeping and stuff. I hope it's not a blur or black line. No more, just his fucking face, his stupid fucking face, because that's offensive to me. And if we're gonna bleep out offensive words, I want his face over someone's mouth when they're bleeping something, because that's what offends me.
Just the entire head.
Just stupid, smirking, weird face.
If his next video was Ajit Pai Let's Playing a game, which game do you want him to play? Or if you had to suffer through him playing one game. Part of me is thinking... Like, I would watch an Ajit Pai Minecraft.
Minecraft on the Xbox One in 4K in VR. And he can't remove the Minecraft. And we're going to put him in a server where it's only, 12-year-olds.
Yes. He has to do a 12-hour stream in this Minecraft.
And no grief protection.
Oh
boy!
I really want to see Ajit Pai play Getting Over It or something. I want to see him get pushed to the brink.
Given his previous appearances on the internet, I can actually see his next video literally being done in a Let's Play style, because to appeal to all the idiot gamers out there who think they know what net neutrality is.
That'd be a step in the right direction for sure. If you want
Dude,
to.
he's probably gonna be like, "Don't worry, with net neutrality, you'll still be able to frag them noobs."
Oh my
Yeah, and
god.
then he's playing the Arma 3 mod.
He's got like,
the
headphones.
VR.
Oh.
He's got big headphones in it, like that aren't plugged into anything either. Like you'll see.
He'll
He's
be
got
playing.
a Call of Duty shirt from like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'll be playing Black Ops 1 on PS3, playing
wearing
gun
3
game.
pairs of gunners.
Oh, man, you see, we laugh about it now. Yeah.
That's I mean, I'm only partially joking. I really do feel like that. Like, I mean, you can tell that they've already very clearly gone for the parody, like just fidget spinner, Nerf gun.
Where does the Nerf gun come from? Was there a meme that I missed?
No, it was just random. I don't know why.
Was it random? He found that in the office, right?
Only
he
thing
went to
I
the
can.
Prop guy and goes, "What do idiots play with?" And then the
That
guy
was
was
his
like,
contribution
yeah.
to
"I
the
like
video.
Nerf guns." He's like, "Give me that Nerf gun."
Because, fidget spinner, that's topical. The rest of it was
Topical.
just.
I just the glasses.
Yeah, it was just stupid.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The glasses were so you don't go blind from looking at the clips. What is he doing? Like, you're making fun of people for protecting themselves?
Man, that actually could have some deeper meaning into the entire bill. Making fun of people for protecting themselves. Making fun of.
Shit.
I don't know. I mean, that's just a theory. A game theory.
Oh my god.
All right,
Stop.
excuse me. I apologize.
Move on.
All right, let's move on to a staple of the KBMOD podcast, some PUBG news.
Oh.
Now, I've actually segmented the PUBG news this week into a few sections: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because a lot of stuff this week really is fits surprisingly well in those categories. So we'll start with the good. A couple of these have to do with PUBG's launch on the Xbox One, which happened in the last week. And in the first 48 hours of the release, they're up to 1 million players already.
Yeah, I don't know that that's surprising. I mean, given the game's presence on the PC platform, I'm sure there were more than enough console players or people who maybe already own it on PC also wanting to play on console that really wanted to get into it. A million is actually sounds about right to me. I mean,
well, I mean, there was a million on PC, so I mean,
yeah. So I mean, this is I guess this is just PUBG keeping pace at least for its console launch.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really. Anyways, I think this sounds about right.
Here's the segue now. How many people returned it after this next point?
Yeah, this is PUBG on the console is not without its fair share of issues. If you thought PUBG ran poorly on PC and you were skeptical about its performance on console, you were right, because after a few videos, such as Digital Foundry, they upload a lot of videos about performance comparisons for games. They went really deep with it, because apparently with PUBG on the console, if you plug in a keyboard, you can just open up PC settings, like for graphics settings and resolution and everything, and just switch stuff around. Apparently so apparently for the base Xbox One version of the game, it's running at 1080p on about low settings for PC. But when you compare it to low settings for PC, it does look a little bit better. Like, they make some tweets too, like, it has worse rendering distance, but it has kind of better, like, I mean, there's still terrible textures, but a little better textures. And that averages about 25 frames a second on the console. Yeah, that's not good. With very frequent frame drops all of the time, especially in the spawn or getting out of the plane. It's abysmal. And if you want to jump on Xbox One X, while it does run at 4K, it is still averaging, according to PC Gamer, at about 27 FPS, and apparently runs.
That is very rough.
Not playable for a shooter.
That is not good at all. No.
It's not. Like, honestly, I'm sorry, but as a consumer, not a developer, and I don't have no right to speak on developing a game, how could you release that? Like, I mean, honestly, how could you full on? I know that I know that probably what they want to do, the whole like they keep their promise thing where they said in the beginning of the year that we're going to get Xbox and play PS or PC out, get them out.
Right.
I think honestly it comes down to they're rushing at this point. They're honestly rushing to be like, hey, we're the good guys, we kept our word.
Well, I think what it is now is that I think it's in game preview on Xbox One, like it's on the Xbox One's equivalent of early access. Right? Yeah. So I'm sure there are going to be a ton of optimization upgrades to come. But right now,
which is unusual to me, because unlike on Steam, at least as far as I understand, and I'm sure someone who's more familiar with console gaming can correct me, but does it not cost money to send a patch through to patch your game? like not from the consumer aspect, from the developer or the studio. It
Oh,
costs them.
right.
They have to pay Microsoft, or I don't know if Sony does it. I know at least Microsoft, to actually patch their game, which is why Bungie tries to bundle as much of their updates at set dates as much as possible. Like they don't do hot fixes or anything like that because it actually
So you're
costs
saying it'd
them.
probably be more expensive to do what they're doing now?
Right.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that, yeah, if they release it with this kind of performance, it's going to be more arduous for them to try to increase performance unless they already have like a fix in the works and they know how to fix this. Because
And that's what I think. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I think it's like they're trying to keep their word of like releasing this year and like just pushing it out. But I think you're right. I think they have like the big patch that's like gonna be like, hey, we got it out, but we're gonna fix it real quick now.
Yeah, I mean, and not that PUBG Corp would be at all unable to afford whatever Microsoft's fee is for patching their game. So that kind of does point into the direction of what you're saying. This might just sound like, yeah, we wanted to meet our release date, regardless of its flaws. We'll patch it whenever. It's just, you're right. This is like a damaging release. Although I'm not sure too many people would be surprised by this. Like if when I read this and say there's performance issues of PUBG on console, I mean, I have performance issues on PC, so that's obviously not a surprise to me. It's just be interesting to see. I guess we're looking at this down the road to see how long it'll take for this game to become stable on console.
Yeah. My whole thing is just like, so Katie, you said like like you can open up the game setting and see like it's like PC settings.
Well,
so is this basically just a just a PC?
Well,
is it like the reverse effect of like a PC port to Xbox? Like they didn't really do anything to help the Xbox?
No, they did. It's odd because one of the things they compared in the video was they had PC on low versus the base Xbox One, which apparently when you go in the settings and see it's on very low. Well, no, it was on very low settings, and they compared it with the PC on very low, and it looked better than the PC version on very low. Because apparently they probably used very low as like a base and then kind of tweaked up a bit to see what they could get away with. Because when you look at Xbox One X and when you do the same thing, it says medium graphics, and you compare with medium on the PC, and it doesn't look half bad because they did some stuff with the foliage, they did some stuff with the shadows. The view distance is still pretty bad, but so it's kind of modified version. So they are working on making it like the best they can for console, but when you're hitting 25 FPS, maybe you need to work a little harder.
Yeah. And I mean, there's certain defenses that PUBG Corp can fall back on. I mean, obviously this is, it is in its preview stage on console, and of course it just came out from early access. I mean, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I'm not a fan of the game whatsoever, but
right.
I mean, when you're talking about what's released, and of course this is Microsoft's own wording, releasing it on the most powerful console in history, and you're maintaining 24 average frames a second.
That 24 average frames on the the big one?
No, that's the base Xbox One. The One X is at 27.
So a two frame increase in performance. I mean, they have to be working with what they have, and I don't even think it's a matter of them not working with what they have. This just sounds like it's the same story over and over again. They don't seem to understand how to optimize the game, which of course I'm sure it's not for a lack of effort. I'm just wondering if, thinking back to PlayerUnknown's conversations on, we never expected the game to get this big. We started off so small, and we didn't really expect it to have the traction that it does. If they just built the game on a foundation that is just inherently flawed to a degree that they just can't quite get it to work well enough for the project that they've created here. I don't know. And I can't really speak to the development side of it because I've never developed a game. It's just with these ongoing issues, I'm sure. I mean, obviously, PUBG Corp would love to get 60 frames per second consistently, but obviously this is a very difficult fix for them. And I'm curious to see how this is going to have a resolution, if at all, because this is such a long running problem at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I just remember seeing the footage of him in a gunfight at 23 FPS with a controller, and I'm just thinking, award-winning multiplayer on the most powerful console in the world. This is what it looks like. But anyways, that was some bad news. Let's move on to some truly ugly news, and I mean this is ugly. Apparently,
I don't get why this is a problem. I really don't.
Well, you know what? We'll leave it to the listener to draw their own opinion or
Okay.
conclusion. But the test server of PUBG received an update in which the female character model had a very exaggerated camel toe on their character.
Looks like a sideways mouth.
It does. It's all right. Well, it got added, and according to Player Unknown, it was apparently the work of it was freelance work that made it into the test server. It's never going to make its way into the live servers, but it's just, how did this happen? How did this make it into the game?
Player Unknown addressed the issue himself, tweeting at the in response to a lot of the backlash that came as a result of people tweeting at him to express their dissatisfaction with the sexualization of the female character model.
Yeah,
I don't think that's sexual. I don't think that's sexual at all.
No, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who would agree with you. It's just whatever. This is what happened, and so Player Unknown tweeted in response. He said, "After looking into this, it appears it came as a part of the character model we received from an outsourcer when we first started the project. The file itself has not been changed in 2 years. It will be updated shortly with changes. Sorry for any offense caused." I struggle to figure out exactly how this happened still, because it came as a part of the character model we received from an outsourcer when we first started the project. Okay, so the model that they received had this to begin with. The file has not been changed in 2 years. Somehow it now appears. I don't know. This could be just some like weird coding mishmash of like spaghetti. I'm not really sure, but I don't really consider this an explanation.
Yeah.
I'm just confused, and it doesn't offend me whatsoever. I just want to know.
Yeah, it's very weird, but I mean, it's news. We got to talk about it. Anytime PUBG is brought up in a headline, it's our civic duty to bring it up. And I'm sure we've got
dude, we don't need to take it out. All we need to do is give the dudes just giant cocks.
just giant bulges.
Just massive bulges, like massive moose knuckles.
Just a noticeably larger hitbox on the player model because of the schlong. Just insane. But I think we have a rant coming up. We had some discussion about this precast, and Player Unknown, and I forget which outlet this was through, but he started talking about copyright infringement with battle royale games, which I'm sure you guys know. There are plenty of PUBG clones making the rounds across, Play Store, Steam, everywhere. And I'm going to throw this to one of you guys, because I haven't gone entirely through it, but I was very interested by you guys' discussion on it, so take it away.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
Okay.
Simple.
So the quick rundown of the situation is that, as we've seen many times happen before, whenever a genre becomes popular due to a single game, there are inherently knockoffs. And these knockoffs, regardless of how long they exist, tend to profit off of the success of whatever game they were trying to emulate or copy. So Player Unknown is now experiencing this because PUBG, of course, experiencing a great deal of success, has made the Battle Royale genre quite a bit more popular than it has been even a year ago. And so now, of course, we're now seeing a lot of the knockoffs, basically straight up ripoffs of PUBG appear on everything. Apparently there's like a mobile game version of it. There's PC games and console games, or no, sorry, not console games, PC games and mobile games that have basically, if you look at any of the clips of them, they are down to the textures exactly what PUBG is.
Yep.
So Player Unknown came out and has now been talking about copyright protection for these types of games, basically trying to prevent these ripoffs from profiting off of the success of a game like this that sort of emulate the genre. Where this is starting to hit controversy, because at first it sounds just fine, right? Like, you want to protect the things that make your game unique. You want to make sure that people aren't siphoning any of the success or profit that you're able to make from your original idea and put it into their own wallets. What gets kind of complicated here is that Player Unknown, first of all, doesn't have a great reputation of taking other successful battle royale games and their success in grace. I mean, mostly the conversation about Fortnite, which in my opinion certainly has enough of its own unique elements to make it its own game.
Yeah,
it basically is just a battle royale that is far more cartoony, has a building aspect, and of course everything else is typical battle royale.
Right. Like okay, the compass is the same, That's it. Okay.
It's
So
also
what
built
you're
on
gonna
the same
sue?
engine, I think was the
Oh
big
my
issue.
god! Like,
But
dude needs to
that's
get
where
kicked
it's
through
like
another
starts to
door.
get. That's where I don't think he did a good job of discerning his argument here, because I'm a little unclear on what exactly he wants from this, because Hardball, as you pointed out earlier when we were talking about in the cast, he kind of wants it two ways that are contradicting one another. On the one hand, he's saying that he wants to see the battle royale genre grow, but wants to make sure that each battle royale game is unique enough to define it from its competitor, which is fine. I mean,
but then he also wants the battle
degrees,
royale IP, which doesn't make.
Well, I mean, that's basic though. I mean, if you had a game that comes out looks exactly like Call of Duty, Activision would probably have reasonable grounds to want to shut it down. But then you have, Battlefield, which is also a first-person shooter, has enough different elements that it's never going to be considered in the same as the same type of game, right?
Isn't he talking about like it's not the same of like Call of Duty and looking like Battlegrounds? It's literally he thinks that he made the Battlegrounds, like he thinks he made that genre because he's worked on I think it's everything. So he wants basically to say, well, we need to be protected. This is my Battlegrounds game. I made this format, so you can't copy me.
Yeah, so where it's getting unclear is what he considers to be PUBG's domain, and what he considers to be basically any competition's domain.
Right.
Because when you start to get into his discussion and how he very loosely describes what he considers to be the things that make PUBG, some of those elements are sort of integral to how other battle royale games have to function. I mean, he criticized Fortnite for some of its elements. I mean, not only was it developed on the same engine, but Fortnite at the time wasn't really doing that much that PUBG was doing. I mean, people were criticizing it because it's you drop in with no weapons and you need to pick stuff off the ground. I mean, that's kind of integral to how battle royale needs to work. So, what we're talking about is how is he going to define what he wants protected? Because he'll say unique elements, but then he points to Fortnite and says that it says in some elements it's a ripoff. Fortnite, in my opinion, doesn't have anything that it ripped off from PUBG. There's certainly enough elements that make it distinct. I mean, he just didn't do a good job of describing what he considers to be a ripoff. I mean, if you guys are interested, you can look up, let's see if I can find the name of it here. There is a Chinese ripoff.
Is it Survival something?
Rules of Survival is famous one.
Look at that game. I mean, it's clear.
Yeah.
Like PUBG Corp would have all kinds of grounds to take down this game because it does nothing new from PUBG and it maintains a similar look. When the problem comes when PlayerUnknown starts pointing at games that do have unique elements and starts criticizing them for having elements that make battle royale, what a battle royale game is. It's sort of open-ended because he hasn't come out and said that that PUBG has X, Y, and Z elements that belong to it and no one else can do it. He's sort of been speaking about it pretty vaguely, which first of all makes me think nothing will come of this because it sounds like he's not really sure what he wants from this. But it's just it's kind of like this whole discussion sort of feels like open flack for people to continue hating on PlayerUnknown as they love to do, and I've certainly been a part of that. I've openly not been a fan of this game whatsoever. It's just this kind of just sounds like he may starting to be speaking about something he doesn't totally understand is all.
Can I bring something up that I just thought was really funny?
Yes.
This game Survival, whatever it is, the survival role. I went to their Twitter and they're literally paying people I guess money or whatever it is in game. It's like all their pictures on their Twitter are literally to go stream snipe someone.
What?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna name any streamers, but on their Twitter, it's survival something, right? Survival rules. What is it?
Rules of survival.
Rules of survival. On their Twitter, it's like, hey, this person's live and it has like $100 over top of their head.
Oh my god. That's
it's like a wanted picture.
I mean,
I don't know if they're paying them, but it's like, oh wait, yeah, join the match or some to win a chance to show love and the stream. Like, claim these bounties.
Now, does
and
it
it's telling them
into...
what server they're on?
Really? Wow. It's a little sketchy. Yeah. If you want to encouraging, I mean, I get what they're going for, but when you're encouraging stream sniping, it's no go. But yeah, just some interesting stuff with PUBG. I'm kind of with you on that. Just I have a problem with. I definitely see like where he's coming from in some regards, where like you want to push the medium, so you want to push the genre forward, but you just gotta accept that there are going to be companies that purely want that profit and know that people are like, oh, PUBG looks cool. I want to play this on my iPhone. Oh man, this is PUBG on my iPhone. Look, and and that's just something you gotta accept. That's so I understand his anger, but I think once you get down to him wanting to have the IP for battle royales, a little sketchy. So
yeah, the other thing too is what makes me think that this is just sort of out of frustration rather than actually wanting to or having the means to pursue to make this kind of a change is I don't know who he's saying this to. Like,
yeah, he hasn't really targeted.
I don't know what provoked this conversation. It's not like he came out and he said PUBG Corp is looking into ways to protect our IP further from clones such as this. This has happened and we're trying to take action. This is him speaking to BBC's Radio 1's gaming show, saying that he's frustrated about the copycats.
Mm-hmm. You know what, dude?
Which is fine, but it makes it sound like he's trying to put the call out there for more protection,
right?
Instead of taking it as an internal issue and trying to figure out how to prevent these knockoffs, which maybe comes from the fact that they did do that and they can't figure out a solution. But anyways, I don't know how much have come from this. It's just sort of it's just more PUBG fodder about the things that are going along with this game's development.
Right. All right. Well, yeah, there goes our dose of PUBG news, as per usual. We're going to jump into some quick hits, and I mean some really quick hits. We got a lot of really fast news to get through. But first of all, Mount Your Friends 3D has been announced. A game I have not played myself. It's that party game where you try to, climb on top of people wearing thongs with dongs that sort of, fling about. I'm sure you've heard of the game and seen it. Now you can play the game in 3D. It has the subtitle, A Hard Man is Good to Climb, which is just so fitting for a 3D version of this game. That's coming out. That's not a game I've played, but I'm sure
I've played it. It's pretty good.
You played it. Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. Just, I'm uncomfortable with the dongs, so I'm gonna pass on that. But,
oh, the 3D imaging is really insane. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's more detailed than you would have thought. Yeah.
The nipples. Oh my
god.
Oh my
god. It's accurate how the game is. Yeah, but yeah. All right. So yeah, quick hit. Next up, if you're a Twitch Prime member, Amazon Prime member, you can pick up Super Hot for free through the Twitch app, which yeah, I've done myself.
Yeah.
Got about
This is if you don't own this game and you have Twitch Prime, I very much recommend that you pick this up. This was a game that was initially created as sort of I think it was like a game project. It was like a competition to make a game in under a certain amount of time. The details are escaping me now, but it's sure you've heard about it, but in case you haven't, it's basically a sort of like a first-person shooter puzzle game where time only moves when you move. So you have to make these very precise movements to make sure that you can get out of the way of bullets. You can grab weapons in time while you're just in this impossible situation if it weren't for the fact that you have all the time in the world to think about what you want to do until you start moving. But claiming stuff on Twitch Prime is very easy. You get the game for free. Very, very, very worth your time in claiming.
Yeah, definitely. I will say, playing Super Hot after playing Super Hot VR is a very frustrating experience because the entire time I'm playing it, it's cool, but I'm just thinking, oh my god, I want to actually physically move around the bullets and like throw the guns myself. It's just Super Hot VR is incredible. But yeah, Super Hot's really fun.
I mean, that is basically the perfect game for VR.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And not only that, because VR actually lets you do more things. It's like one of the few times where putting the game into VR opens up options for you instead of limiting them based on the technology.
Exactly.
Like you can actually like duck down and toss guns to different hands.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And your ability to dual wield things, like you cannot do that on the PC version.
No. Yeah.
And it just, I mean, we certainly, I mean, basically throughout the 3 days that we were in looking for a group for the KBMOD LAN, there was always someone playing Super Hot
Oh
VR.
yeah, Josh was on that
We're gonna
so
have
much.
to like bring if it's there next year or like a newer version. We're gonna have to bring like tub nips, like a shirt, like extra shirts.
We need to bring. We need to bring.
Sweating through 3 shirts.
We need to bring a
I was like,
headband
oh my
for
God.
Tub Nips to
Oh,
wear. Because
yes,
that
definitely.
VR
Yeah,
set, I
I'm
felt
literally
bad
gonna
having
have
to
that
buy,
thing
like-
there.
Headset was
I was just-
soaked.
Yeah, I did not. I was like, we're gonna have to buy him like his own mask for the headset. Like, it's
Oh
just too.
man, that might be a fun thing for next year. Is like we all do Super Hot VR, see how far you can make it, kind of judge
Yeah,
it that way.
without dying.
That'd be an interesting. But yeah, playing it, I'm like, wow, you can't crouch. I really want to couch. I really want to crouch.
Yeah.
But so yeah, definitely pick up Super Hot if you're a Prime member. Next up, I'm gonna toss this straight to Hardballer because this is entirely his territory. So yeah, fill us in.
So, a game I hold dear to my heart, and I'm basically almost considered an investor at this point instead of a backer. Star Citizen (CIG) has a lawsuit against them from Crytek, the makers of the Crisis series, for contract violation and copyright infringement. Basically, Star Citizen wasn't getting the full effort out of their engine, so they moved to a different engine. I don't know what it's called. The engine, it's something like Amazon or something like that. It's basically a better engine than Hope's
Right.
world generation, stuff like that. But apparently, and also Crytek has been having some financial troubles as well in the middle of all this. So, yeah, they pulled out a lawsuit. Crytek wants it to go to jury to determine what's it called? Determine damages. I hope Crytek knows what it's doing. CIG is this point a very big and very well funded company compared to Crytek, and I hope they can stand their grounds. And CIG said it's an unlawful lawsuit and they're gonna fight it to the end. So
The
this
way
is
you
gonna get
explained that made it like was reminiscent of like Italian mobster 1940s. So you're just like, I just hope you really have the tools to win this fight because it would be a real shame if you were to lose. Because just in case you were wondering, the company you're going up against is very wealthy, and we intend to fight this all the way to the end. Good luck.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, I know it's business and whatever, but I feel like Crytek doesn't really know what it's gonna get into here. Like, even if Star Citizen like ran out of funding, it's got a cult following at this point. Like, it would get more funding. Crytek has what source of income at this point? What, the CryEngine? How many games are being developed on that right now? What's their licensing like, right? You know what I mean? I think that's the only thing they got going for them.
Right.
Since
Yeah.
it's got multiple different types of funding, and they can pull like a couple mil out of their ass. You know what I mean? And just fund this entire lawsuit if they had to.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So interested to
And
see how.
still have leftover for development.
Right.
So, I mean, could this hurt Star Citizen? Maybe. Could this really hurt Crytek? Pretty much, yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Interesting
Yeah.
to see how that develops. That's a pretty interesting situation. I wasn't aware of the climate of like the two parties involved, so kind of interested to see what the fallout is from that.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that develops. But yeah. Next up, Night in the Woods Director's Cut is being released, which is a game that Ying played. It's going to be getting 2 additional side stories with more content. But yeah, I haven't played it myself. I'm not sure if it's going to be centered around certain characters. But yeah, we'll see. If you're into Night in the Woods, definitely check that out.
I mean, if this dang DLC or director's cut actually explains or actually gives some kind of a meaningful ending to the game instead of just ending it with some weird, I don't want to spoil anything. It's just that I've talked about this before. The game spends a lot of time getting you attached to characters and really drawing them out, only for the conclusion of the game to have absolutely nothing to do with any of that. And it felt like just like a rushed ending. So I don't know. I might have to give this a try to see if it makes me feel any better about the end of the game, because it was a beautiful game right up until the ending.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you were talking about that, how it really soured you.
Yeah.
But
anyways, It's good to know that there's like a director's cut, because maybe this will flesh out their vision for the game a little bit more.
Right, exactly. All right, but yeah, next up, our last quick hit before we jump into some new releases, Ni no Kuni 2, which the first game only came out on PS3, but the second game, that surprisingly is also going to be on PC. Just unfortunately, it has been delayed again. It was originally supposed to come out in November, which ended up getting delayed to about mid-January, and now it is going for a March 2018.
Super weeby.
Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, if you're a weeb, then these are trying times for you for sure. I know Tim, he loves this game, so probably gonna be disappointed there. But yeah, from everything I've seen compared to the first game, it looks incredible. Looks like a really good game, and the only thing you can really think when a game gets delayed like this is just that it's gonna be it's all for making the game better. So
Okay, so how many? I'm curious because I mean I've seen this title quite a bit, and I know, like literally nothing about it.
So there's this. Let me explain this, Katie. I got this.
No, go for it.
From these pictures I've been looking at, right? There's a chick, a cat chick.
Okay.
She's got
Oh my god.
like Digimon slash. She's got a sword. She's got a sword. I see. She's got like powers. It's like Final Fantasy meets furry stuff, and she's got to fight monsters in like arena style and fight them and level up and become powerful and become full on cat or something like that.
So so you're talking about this is one girl's journey to fight monsters in arena to become more cat than ever before.
More cat.
Okay.
Well, I will say.
Does that sound about right to you? Did you miss anything?
Well, first it's a male. It's not a girl. It's a boy. It's a young boy, and but other than that, I think you hit the nail right in the head, man. That's at purely face value. I don't think anybody could have put it together better. But yeah, it's an RPG by the people who made Dragon Quest with animation by Studio Ghibli. Not sure how involved they're going to be on the second game, but I know they were all over the first game as far as art style goes. So, but yeah, moving into some new releases. The last episode of Life is Strange Before the Storm is going to come out December 18th, which I still haven't given a chance yet.
I just don't care about that game.
Don't care. Yeah, I mean, I
find the game very difficult to bear until you start reminding yourself that the entire game was written by 30-plus-year-old men who did literally no research to figure out how teens talk. I'm not kidding. I'm not pulling that out of my ass.
No, you're
That's
right.
Actually, there was an interview. A lot of the Life is Strange development team was the writing team was taking flack because of how awkward some of the dialogue was. And after sort of a thinly veiled defense of their efforts, including at which point the lead writer even claimed that this is how teens from Ohio talk, before teens from Ohio tweeted him and basically said, we don't talk like that. And then he corrected his statement to say that it's how Ohio teens talked when he was a teen in Ohio, which an exceptionally weak defense. And after that flimsy defense finally came to bear, he basically came out and said, we could have done, this is almost verbatim, you're going to have to correct me if I misquote, but he said, we could have done research to see how teens talk, but that would have been too hard.
What? That's not hard at all.
Oh my god, I remember hearing about that.
I know I'm doing that almost verbatim because how simply that is put is basically what he said. He said the exact words were, it would have been too hard, which is not a defense. That's like me showing up for work and being like, hey, you didn't do all these things you were assigned to do. And be like, I could have, but it would have been too hard.
You know what he could have done? And it wouldn't cost any money. He could have went to a local high school. He could have said, hey, guys, we're going to ask your teacher's permission. We're going to get you out of class. We're going to put a microphone in the room, and we're going to let you just talk.
Yeah.
Just talk. Just have a break from school for an hour. That's all he has to do. That's all he had to do. And you know what he would have got? He would have got like what was going on. He didn't have to tell the room was mic'd up or anything. Just leave them in the room and let them all talk.
Yeah.
That's all he had to do.
It's very basic sample size research that they seem to have failed on, and which makes me think that they just decided to not do that because, I mean, this is, I think after all those defenses, just makes me think that these guys thought they were not out of touch, and so they just wrote how they think teens
Yeah,
spoke.
100%.
And that's how the dialogue comes across too. And I'm not kidding. If you have a hard time swallowing the news, or sorry, not the like the way that the dialogue sounds, just remember and imagine that this is a group of 30-year-old men sitting in a room writing this, and it suddenly makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more bearable.
Yeah, it was blatantly apparent when you play Life is Strange that this is not normal human interaction at all. It's writing. I'm not sure if they like corrected it for Life is Strange before the storm. I mean, from everything I've seen,
absolutely have not.
They have not. All right, well, no. That's about what I expected.
If anything, it's actually somehow worse. Because it doesn't even maintain like the original sort of charm that Life is Strange had. Like I could start to ignore the dialogue for the sake of like the story they were trying to develop. Before the Storm is just so jarring to listen to. But anyways, I haven't played the game myself. I watch Scott play it whenever he streams it. But it's it gets well, anyways, you should experience it yourself if you're interested in seeing what we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, can we, before you announce this next one, can we take bets on how long this is last on Steam before it gets DMCA'd?
I think you're skipping one. But we'll get to that.
Am I?
Are you talking about, you're not talking about Tiny Metal, are you?
Oh, no, sorry, I am skipping one.
Okay. Yeah, real quick, we'll get right into that. Oh, we'll definitely get into that, don't worry. But next up is a game called Tiny Metal, which is a Japanese indie game, which you really don't see that much, especially on Steam. It's award-winning. It's a featured game at the Indie Mega Booth, Indie Prize nominee for a couple different outlets at Tokyo Game Show. But most notable to me, in the trailer for the game, there is a splash of a quote from, like a testimonial about the game from Yoko Taro, director of Nier Automata, and he simply says, "This is good." And,
honestly, that's actually better than any sort of lengthy review he could have given.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he always does stuff like that. Like when Undertale was coming out, he played Undertale and said, "This game was good for about 40 hours, but 20 of those I was passed out drunk." Like, always put some great reviews on titles he's interested about. But yeah, it looks like it's by Area 35, first debut game. It's being published by Sony Music Entertainment Japan, so it's got some people behind it, so I'm trying to say. It looks like a interesting turn-based strategy game that takes place in the aftermath of King's assassination. I'm just reading the bio. But, I mean, it looks fun. And, yeah, single-player strategy game. You don't see too many of those. But, yeah, let's get right into this beautiful game that will absolutely is in Brandon's PlayerUnknown's targets next. This game is called... It's called Battle for the Last Chicken. None of that is capitalized properly. It is, and when I describe this, I'm describing this like, I'm not exaggerating at all. It is like image shot for shot. You are in PUBG, you're on the apartments, you can clearly see the replica of school off to the side. It's a VR game where you're just shooting other people who are on top of other apartments. It's,
can you move, or are you shooting? Is it like a tower defense kind of? It looks like I'm watching the video right now, and it looks more tower defensey. Is it multiplayer?
Yeah, it's multiplayer, but no, it's single player. It is single player.
It's a tower. It's a tower defense.
They got me. Wow, they really got me. They even have the AI going up like you killed Pistol Soldier with headshot by AKM, 1 kill, like the exact same UI. Wow, they got me.
Now see this has the grounds for what PlayerUnknown is talking about.
Oh yeah, this is exactly what he means.
This is same assets. This is creatively looks exactly the same. I mean, this is even a different genre, but it rips the type complete. Like it just rips the feel of the game entirely, just visually and aesthetically. See, this is what PlayerUnknown should be going after.
Yeah, he should definitely.
Not only, I mean, you need to talk about the banner for the Steam page on this one too.
Yeah,
it is literally the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds banner.
It is
except he's just got like 100 pans on his chest.
Yeah, he's got 100 pans around his crotch. He's got a VR headset on his head. Explosion in the background. It is unbelievably blatant. And
wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, I know what you're looking at.
And the description says this game has 100 people involved.
Yeah, it says, as a desperado, you join in a very thrilling death game for a large amount of money. The game has 100 people involved, so I feel like 100 people involved, they must mean 99 other AI opponents, which is not what
oh,
you
yeah, sorry.
exact.
About this game. That's misleading. Steam should shut that down.
Yeah.
But as this part, you join in a very thrilling death game for a large amount of money. The game has 100 people involved, and the other 99 people are your enemies.
Thank you for that information about this game. That really is crucial.
I hope it has microtransactions.
Oh my god, it must.
Oh, God.
I hope it does.
And like everything, it's like a clear reference to PUBG too. Like not only are there the pans that are the frying pans that are surrounding this guy's torso, which is just a clear, that's become part of the culture in PUBG. He also, the last line of this is, only the real warrior can eat the delicious chicken, which I mean.
Oh, that's lovely. I love it.
This will last a week.
You know what? Only the real warrior can eat the delicious chicken sounds like they had like a really good tagline and then put it into Google Translate to turn it into English.
If I remember correctly, you can just pay to get on Steam now.
Yeah, it's just $100 fee you get on Steam.
It's 105,000. It's like between $100 and $5,000.
No, it's 100. It got confirmed as just $100 fee, and you are on Steam. Yeah. I love this last line and features. The resourceful enemies bring you the passion, wisdom, and courage to fight.
So wait, the enemies are providing these for you?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive, but when it's a Chinese...
You can be offensive to this. This is offensive to me.
Well, I mean, in a different way. When it's a Chinese-made, rip-off game like this, the broken English just makes it so much sweeter. Like, it's just so funny. Oh, by killing all the enemies with all kind of weapons, lone survival will get a delicious chicken and a large amount of money. Yes! It just says yes! Exclamation point. All of this is to fight for the world's last chicken. They really do go on and on about this chicken. I see
the minimal requirements and all? I guess it is a VR game.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, you need to have a 970, 8 gigs of RAM.
I also want to point out that this game would be eligible for the IGN Game Awards for indie developers' first release, because this is Shenzhen Simeng Technology Co.'s first ever released Battle for the Last Chicken.
Is this
he's in there.
Our side of the pond?
At least on Steam.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the pawn is irrelevant. It's on the internet. But yeah, this if you're anxious, if you got that HTC Vive hardballer, I know you got it sitting there.
I'm not giving these people more money.
Yeah, December 18th.
Is it free? Maybe.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even. The hard drive space I might have to give up. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't say how much, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 200 gigabytes, like the new world record for game. But yeah, lastly, it's not really a new release, but last week, Resident Evil 7 got some new DLC, being Not a Hero, where you play as Chris Redfield in the standalone kind of action-oriented, and then also the $14.99 DLC, End of Zoe, which I know next to nothing about, but I hear is actually pretty good. Like, I've heard some good stuff about it, so definitely check those out if you enjoyed RE7. It's definitely one of my top 10 for 2017. But yeah, that's going to do for new releases. We've got some viewer questions. First one from I Am the Seth. Do you have any New Year's resolutions or anticipations for what 2018 will bring you? And he brings us a little Santa emoji, which is just lovely.
I was originally not down to actually address this question until the Santa emoji was attached at the end.
Yeah, that's what was the deal breaker for me. That I had to throw it in.
I'm more open to other like holidays, so that Santa emoji just makes me like, he just wants it for Christmas, and I'm not down with that at all.
Okay.
Right.
He's not open. If he had to add like a Kwanzaa flag, Jewish star, other religions that I don't really know their name.
But yeah, this elevated it. But yeah, any New Year's resolutions, anybody?
I want to buy 4 more guns.
Okay, that's a goal. Ying?
I haven't given it enough thought yet, but the first thing I'm thinking of is I want to extend my extra life goal, and because I mean I think I'm going to try to set it to what we raised this year, which is, as I said earlier, was $3,000. I think I'm going to try to set that again. The goal is going to be to raise that. But God, there's got to be more. I just don't know what it is yet. As for what 2018 will bring me, I don't know, a birthday, hopefully.
What?
Oh,
What?
shit.
What are you planning on dying?
Like,
what
no,
the
I'm
fuck
not.
is that?
That's why I'm like, I hope 2018 has my birthday in it.
Like, I don't go into the next year going, oh, I hope I don't die this year. Who the fuck does that?
Oh my god. I hope my family respects me this year.
Oh my God.
Who does that?
It was dark.
I hope I see my birthday this year. It's gonna be a rough time. What the fuck, Ying? Jesus, you're so dark.
Oh God. Well,
You know what? On that note, I hope I see my birthday too.
excellent.
I hope I see yours.
Yeah, I hope I see yours too. Katie, your birthday?
You know, one resolution. My birthday. Are we talking about birthdays?
His birthday. What?
It's my birthday?
What about his birthday? Wait, Katie, when's your birthday? Actually, are you planning on seeing it this year?
July 19th. I do plan on making it that long. Hopefully.
Excellent.
Hopefully, maybe a few more after that. But no, I feel like a good resolution for me would be to lose some weight or maybe gain some muscle. A lot of people have told me, you know, the way I'm like built, I have like the shoulders to be like really like muscular, but I just play fucking video games all day. I'm not doing anything with this.
Yeah, you're kind of a fucking nerd.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know you will. I've been in the same room as you. I love you too, man. But yeah, so
you're making it weird now. Read your card, dude.
We're all friends here, KBMOD. But no, that's just a revolution. Revolution, not a revolution, a resolution.
Oh, you do you, dude. You got it. I believe in you.
All right. At Eco Official wants to know the 4th item on our Christmas list.
That's an interesting question. Is he basically asking what is something that we kind of hope we get for Christmas, but isn't really something we're actively hoping for?
Well, I think it's more or less like if we had to make a Christmas list, you put the top one as the thing you really want, and out of 5, I guess, like I would say.
So you actually want something specific, like if you have a Christmas list, what is number 4? Because I was taking this as a little more like metaphorically, like because like your top 3 is the things that you want. So what doesn't quite cut for top 3, but you would like to have? Like what kind of just misses out and makes 4th spot?
I don't know.
It depends on whether we want to take this literally or
dude.
Right.
This is another Christmas question. I can't physically answer this because I respect all holidays. So I can't you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's odd because you think about
this is not respecting it. Like if he was like, what do you want on your Hanukkah list? I would be way more down with this. I'm not down with this.
Yeah, it makes you think about what do you really want, and then what do you just kind of hope you
get
receive.
presents.
Honestly, I have a very easy answer for this, and it's one of those things where it's like if I get it every year, I'm a-okay with this. Socks. I want new socks.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
What are you
That is a
talking
solid
about?
4th item.
No, it's not.
It's a solid.
No one wants socks. No one wants even on the 4th, not even top 5. You get socks, you take the sock, you throw it back in that person's face.
Are you
like,
me?
yo, don't give me
Getting
fucking
nice
socks.
new socks that you don't have to pay for is
What's
wonderful.
wrong with you? How much are socks costing you?
No, it's not the point. It's just now you just have a new.
Who the fuck wants socks, dude? I wouldn't even put that on my list at all. What's wrong with you? Who goes, yeah, you know what, dude? You know what I can really do for Christmas? A nice pair of fucking socks.
I think you're in the minority here.
Well, that's the thing. That's not what he really wants for Christmas.
It doesn't matter. You don't put
thing.
socks on the list.
Well, the thing is, I'm still not taking this literally. Like, I'm just saying that if I open up a Christmas gift, you know, Christmas morning, and it has some socks in it, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. It's not a bad gift.
You guys are the most boringest people. I would be so pissed.
All right, Harballer.
Here go my top 4 items. I want a red Lamborghini.
4, Glock 43, so I can carry it. It's a nice small one. It's a nice compact. You can put it in your pocket. It's got, I think it's like a 10-round magazine. It shoots 9mm. Put your target down with 2 shots.
All right, number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Probably any type of Mosin shotgun.
Okay.
One like that. Yeah, I need Mosin shotgun. They're really nice, Mosin.
Okay. And
Right.
number 4.
And number 4, a bunny rabbit.
Boom. Now look at the scale between the gun and the bunny rabbit, and what Ying wants compared to the socks. You gotta.
So
look
what does he want as his number 2? What's your number 2?
I don't have a Christmas list. See, this is where I struggle.
Because you're boring and you want fucking socks.
Listen, spots 5 through 1 are all socks.
Jesus fucking. What the fuck? I can't get over. You want socks for Christmas? You must have been the easiest child to impress.
You know what? Actually, number 1 would be I could very much use a new desk chair. I would like a nice desk chair.
Okay, that's a good one.
Are we talking about like? Do you care about price tag when it comes to gifts?
When it comes to gifts, yes. I don't want people to overspend on me.
Right, exactly.
How much do you want them to spend on your fucking socks, though?
Well, that's
you want that thread count?
Nice medium.
You want that thread count socks?
I don't think you're gonna go out there and get me like these premium, like a $200 pair of socks. Is there a $200 pair of socks? There has to be.
Oh, there has to be somewhere. Yeah.
There's probably like $15,000 pair of socks.
I'm looking this up right now. Oh, Amazon.com.
$15,000.
All right, I found heated socks that are $127.
I found socks that are worth $15,000.
What the fuck? How did you find those so instantly?
Huh?
$15,000 socks?
They have diamond studs on every one of the toes. The toes are separated and heated individually, and they're controlled individually.
Oh.
They have powdered gold sprinkled all over them.
Are those Lil Pump sponsored socks you're describing to me?
No, I don't know. They're just a non-name brand.
That's crazy.
And apparently they're made with some fabric that is only like able to get once a year from some rare ass goat or something.
Goats. You have to selectively breed them for a century.
The socks are made out of a material called cervelt, which is made from the fur of a particular breed of red deer found only in New Zealand. What in the world? The result is material even softer than cashmere. What?
Now, if you're getting a pair of them fuckers, I'll respect you. But you're the kind of guy that wants like some just white socks.
Hey, I do not. No.
Black socks?
Nope. I insist that my socks have fun patterns and colors on them.
Oh my! They have to match my personality, bud. Just like, wow. Katie, if you want fucking socks, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Hey, listen. Socks, I don't want socks. But if I got socks, I'd be like, damn. I'm not gonna complain about socks. Because
you should complain.
I'm not gonna complain. They're free.
It doesn't matter. Take them bitches back.
Mom, what are these?
Return them.
What
Get a
the
nice pair of
fuck?
gloves. Gloves are more useful than socks.
You kind of wear socks more than gloves.
Do you? I don't. I wear fingerless gloves every day of the year.
Are you wearing fingerless gloves right now?
Do you wear sandals a lot?
No.
Okay. So wait, are you? I'm just confused as to how, in any context, you're wearing
combat boots.
More, so you just put on boots and you don't have socks on.
No.
Really?
See, that's
carrying socks in my pocket. I use it as toilet paper.
Oh, okay. All right. We're moving on.
Just slide it on.
What the? I mean, socks do have plenty of uses. Okay. Anyways.
All right. Well, now that we've covered this, I actually hope that Hardballer doesn't get socks, because I don't think any socks should have to go through that kind of treatment.
Oh my! I would love to get Hardballer some socks. Please let me know.
I thought you were about to say I would love to wear one of his socks.
I would love to shit in some socks.
And he's just sweating. He's like, oh man.
Oh.
All right.
All
well,
right.
Katie, did we cover what your number 4 was?
Well, I feel like just thinking about what I really want and like what I expect to get as like a number 4. I mean, probably like there's this really good shampoo conditioner that my parents know I like. So I'm expecting like maybe a bottle of that. That sounds like a good number 4.
Fuck? What the fuck? What is wrong?
I don't understand what's so unreasonable.
Did you really just say you want? I said, you know what, Yingity? I'm sorry.
Did I say that? I did not say I want.
Yingity, I'm fucking sorry. You have your socks, bud. You want shampoo?
This is ridiculous. Yes, it's good shampoo, dude. At least I'm not like.
Number 4.
Number one item, I want a red Lamborghini. Number two, I want a blue Lamborghini. Like that's what your fucking Christmas.
Your top 5. It's your top 5, and you're picking your number 4. You want shampoo. What's your number 4? You want the bath to go with it? You want the water in the bath?
What the fuck is happening right now?
Number 5 is KD wants his parents to draw the bath for him.
What do you want? Like, what is that? It's the weirdest thing I've ever. The socks thing was here. The shampoo thing is here. Why do you want shampoo and conditioner for your number 4 gift?
It's high quality shampoo. It makes my head feel nice.
It better be some no tears motherfucking bullshit, dude. It better make you better have to wash your hair once a year and it had diamonds all over it. Like who?
I think you are grossly. I think you're grossly overestimating the budget that I have.
How much are socks and shampoo? I want to know this right now. I want to know the average price for a bottle of fucking shampoo.
Well, for the shampoo and conditioner, it's like $50. Or yeah. It's good stuff. I'm fucking done with you, dude. How are you gonna come on here? Oh my god.
I need to do some really, really quick research, and maybe everyone else can follow along. Can you please provide for me the name of the shampoo and conditioner that you hope to get for number 4?
I mean, I do not know the name off the top of my head.
He doesn't even know the name. He doesn't even know the name. He's just gonna get some random shampoo and be like, I hope this is the one I want.
I know the shape. I know the color of the shampoo.
The shape? What do you mean the shape? Oh, like the bottle.
Yeah, I know what it looks like.
He's just downstairs by the tree right now, holding it. I'm like, oh, dude, this is that pineapple bottle shampoo I really like. Like
pineapple
what the fuck? Yeah, you want socks and you want shampoo. Like what the fuck? Who wants socks and shampoo, dude?
I think you have missed the point of the question.
Oh, you missed the point of receiving a gift that you've been wanting. You can get socks and shampoo.
Yeah, if I made my Christmas list like
that you wouldn't buy yourself.
Yes, yeah, because like
you wouldn't buy your socks or shampoo.
No, I wouldn't buy the really super high quality shampoo. Like if I made my list, like every single one was a gift I really like, a really expensive gift that I wanted. Like I'm not gonna craft it like I'm thinking about what I'm actually expecting, you know, and I'm expecting like a number like shampoo. Like as far as like if we're talking like items as what you really want, like regardless of how like realistic it is that you're actually gonna get it, it'd probably be something much more exotic than a shampoo and conditioner. But I'm thinking about like what's the 4th item on the tier of things you're going to receive at Christmas. 1 through 3 will probably be the stuff you like actually want, and then maybe 4 and on will be like the side stuff.
No, this is what you're doing. It's 5 items. 5 items that you want, right? The top one is the one you want the most in the world. The second one is the item that you want if you couldn't get that one. The third one is the item that you want that goes with the second item. The 4th one is like, okay, if I get this one, that's really dope. And the 5th one's like, I can live without it if I don't get it.
Okay.
So I think maybe the biggest difference here is that I still am not taking this numerical list.
If you were taking it seriously,
I don't literally have like a 1, 2, 3, and we're entering the 4. I'm taking this as the 4th item is just the thing that you never planned on getting, and getting it is kind of nice.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too.
So you guys think getting socks? No. See, getting socks is like. That's like almost an insult. That's like saying your socks are disgusting. I got you a pair because it's gross. Getting shampoo, that's another thing. It's like saying you have bad hygiene and I want you to clean.
I don't
like they're insulting you buying this stuff. It's like getting underwear. Like if I knew my underwear was bad, I'm gonna go out and get new underwear. If I knew my socks smelled and they were turning green and moldy, I'm gonna go buy new socks. If I haven't washed my hair in 4 days and I'm out of shampoo, I'm gonna go get shampoo off Amazon. You can order it off Amazon with the dash button,
right?
Katie.
Well, no, you're gonna buy shampoo, but you're not gonna buy like very expensive, high quality shampoo because you probably don't want. That's not where you really want to put your money. Like the kind of shampoo I'm talking about is really high quality, but it's not something I would normally buy for myself. So it'd be like, oh, cool, I have this excellent shampoo.
Katie, what in the world were you doing at the time that you went online and said, I really want this high quality, the high quality
When did I go online?
You found it in the store. How did you know it's high quality? Have you tried it?
Well, it was gifted to me before, and I've had it like for about a year
Why
now.
are people gifting you shampoo, Katie?
It's really good shampoo, bro. You have. I want to know what kind of shampoo you're using because you put
No
on this
tears.
the kind of
No
shampoo.
tears, baby.
No tears, baby ass shampoo. You put on this shampoo, it's like refreshing, invigorating. You start rubbing it on your head, you feel like your head is like
Yes,
a
I know.
mint.
Yeah, you get that, but
Yes.
you don't get it as a gift. You don't ask. For
Yes, you
shampoo
do.
As a gift.
As a number
You
4
don't
item.
do that.
As a
That's
number 4.
weird.
Number 1, you're like, yeah, I'd
That's
like a
like-
new piano.
That's
number
hygienic
2.
things. That's things that you need to just
Yes.
normally.
That's a number
ask
4
for-
item.
You
That's
don't
a
wait
number
the
4.
25th day in the month to get fucking shampoo.
You're
Katie.
right. Yeah, I wait for that 25th day to get items 1 through 3. And what Ying and I are trying to explain to you is the purpose of the 4th item. I do not want to continue this discussion, dude. This is gonna go nowhere, man.
All right.
There's
Katie,
like,
quickly read your card. Let's move on to the next
oh
question.
my god. Our final question. What is the most overrated / underrated sandwich meat? And King Alex, the Krilly, his votes are underrated is salami and overrated is turkey breast.
See,
Mine.
I can understand that maybe underrated is salami, but I do not agree that overrated is turkey breast because like it's kind of, I feel like turkey is overrated as a meat overall, but it makes spectacular sandwich meat.
Mm-hmm. I have to wipe the fucking sweat off my head after that last question.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
let's just have a nice, relaxing conversation about over and underrated sandwich meats.
Yeah, let's
okay.
let's go on.
My overrated one is ham. I think ham is very overrated.
I
Mm.
agree with you. That's a good
Huh.
answer.
And underrated is a meat that I like to eat. It's called the capricola.
Oh.
Tell us about this.
It's basically, I think it's smoked cow neck. It's like the neck
Oh.
of the cow, and it's
Hmm.
sliced, and it's smoked and like seasoned, and it's like a bit spicy, and you can get really hot, but it's really good. I don't know if it's the neck of the cow. Let me see. Capricola. Capricola is a tradition. It's Italian meat. I don't know where it comes from yet. I'm still trying to figure. It's pork. Yeah, it's pork cold cuts. Yeah, so it's dried and cured. It's muscle of the neck of the pig,
Okay.
and shoulder and neck. It's really fucking good.
Huh. I've
Okay.
never heard of it, but I kind of see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
Yeah.
like chewy. It's really chewy.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I think that's my underrated meat.
I'm with Alex on this one. I feel like salami is kind of underrated. It's some good flavor.
I think
Overrated.
salami is like really slimy to me. It's like
Slimy.
beef.
Okay.
It's like slimy and chewy.
I could see that.
Not chewy. It's like mushy.
I think it depends
Right.
on where you get it from. Salami seems like one of those things where it's easy to get very crappy salami, but if you get
Right.
really good salami, that it's actually like very, very, very nice.
Right. I could see that. But I think overrated. I think bacon is kind of overrated. Like,
I can see that. I mean,
oh
yeah, so
man,
go
I
ahead.
said that and I was strongly expecting like an eruption from Hardballer about that. I don't know why I was.
What did you say?
About saying
Oh, God.
bacon is overrated.
No,
Okay,
I think
okay.
bacon is overrated. I don't
Okay,
like
good.
bacon as
Whew.
I like
Because there are people out there very passionate about bacon. Like,
yeah, I agree. I mean,
I don't eat bacon as much as you think.
yeah. Well, yeah. You or Ying, just any kind of backlash. But yeah, bacon
no,
is. I
see,
mean,
I actually am not. I'm not a huge supporter of. I'm not part of like the bacon fan club. I think bacon's good, but there are people that just it's like part of their life, like it's
Mm.
part of their personality. Where it's like, oh man, like it's on their Twitter profile, like in their Twitter bio, they're like a lover of bacon, and it's just like I
Lover of
identify with
bacon.
that.
You know the thing is though, bacon is so like common, and it's like it's not really that. It's good. It's really good, but it's not the highest quality cut of meat. You can
Yeah.
get. Like you're not doing anything. You're just cutting the meat off. You're throwing it in a bin. You're freezing it, and then you're just sending it to someone who cooks it. Or if you get it fresh from a deli, that's probably the best way to do it. But most people aren't getting their bacon fresh from the deli. They're getting that fucking pre-cooked bullshit they throw in the microwave for 10 seconds.
Right.
And then they're going
Right.
to say they're going to call themselves bacon lovers when they tried one style of bacon forever. Like, no, open your horizons. Go out there. Eat a cow's heart.
What?
Oh
It's not
shit.
bacon.
I've eaten a cow's heart.
Oh really?
Okay.
Okay.
How was it?
It's really, really bad.
Damn.
Why did you eat it?
Well, now I know.
What context? What was the context? How did you end up eating a cow heart?
Oh, I found it in the store and I bought it. Took it home and grilled it up.
Is that what you're supposed to do with that?
I don't know.
I feel like there's a very specific use for cow heart. Hold on.
I think you put it in a stew or something.
Yeah, it feels like it's. Oh no, you can grill it. The first thing you search when you say cow heart is grilled beef heart.
Grilled the beef heart.
You can. I also have eaten a deer's heart too.
Okay. Was that equally as bad, or was it?
They all taste the same. They literally, it's like if you want to say like the meat tastes like chicken, you say the heart tastes like shit.
Right.
And so just generally it's just
gotcha.
bad.
Yeah, bacon I find is like it excels as like complementing something else, but just bacon by itself, I just can't get. I mean, compared to like chicken or beef or any of that, I'll take that in. But yeah, that is our last question. Oh my god. Sorry, I was looking at chat. Yeah, it's our last question. Sadly, no iTunes podcast review this week, unfortunately. But we are always open to submissions. So if you want to leave a review, hop on iTunes, make an account, leave us a review. You can say anything you want to about the podcast if you want to get featured on here. It doesn't even matter if you like the podcast or not. You can make a review. The only thing we ask if you want to be featured is that you leave a 5-star rating. It's a very simple request, very easy to do. It's one click. It's a certain place, so you might struggle a bit at that. I'm not trying to say you're a competent PC user.
He is.
But
okay.
He or she or whoever is leaving.
I'll take any insults from Katie. He wants shampoo for Christmas.
Wait, I wasn't trying to insult you.
He was trying to insult the viewer.
Oh,
okay. I'm defending the viewer right now. I'm white knighting the viewer. They got this, Katie. You don't need to give them directions. They got this.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for episode 305. It was it's one of our more unique episodes. It kind of flew off the rails. I can't wait to I really do hope that Brandon, I know Brandon's going to listen to this. I wonder if APL is going to listen to it. But yeah, we are going to be MIA for the next couple of weeks. If all goes as planned, we should make a return on January 7th. So mark your calendar, set your alarm, tell your family so they can fly over, huddle around the laptop. Yeah, listen to the podcast. Yeah, if you want to follow any of us on our social media, you can find Ying at Yingity Yang, find Dan Hardballer at Hardballer25, and you can find myself at KatieZen_. Definitely make sure you go on the KBMOD.com for all the best PC gaming news, interviews. What's so funny?
Freaking Yingity.
Oh my god!
I suggested that the 5th item that you want on your wish list is one of those cat tongue brushes.
Oh my god! Those cat tongue brushes.
Because it's the truth. But he wants to use it on himself.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Brushing yourself with one of those. Listening on audio, if you're not sure what you're talking about, please at next opportunity look up cat tongue brush.
Yeah, those are fucking incredible. I remember seeing those on Shark Tank when they were pitching this. It's this piece of plastic that you hold in your mouth as like an extension of your tongue, and you brush your cat with it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's gonna be episode 305. And you know what? For the last thing I want our viewers to hear in 2017, I want Hardballer to Yata. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. See you in 2018.